Hello, and good morning. Alright, so, might be a little bit less chatty today. Just getting over a, kind of a quick sickness I picked up earlier, last couple days here, so, either way, there's that. Also, I have to say, with all that build-up from the music, this menu music always seems, I'm gonna go with surprising. Just seems like they're just building up all this stuff, and then out of nowhere they're like, nope, nope, we're done now. It's like suddenly it's clown time as far as the music goes. Alright, so what were we doing here last time exactly? I know we were doing something. Right, so right. We were chasing what's her face, Isabella here. Chase her down to our hometown here. Now, I wonder if this happens with everybody's bad guy. That they just suddenly beat all the rest of them and then you have to chase them down to your hometown. I mean, I guess you could call it a hometown. It's kind of a town. It's more of a desert fortress, but still, same difference. No reason that can't be a town. I mean, for what it's worth, she definitely seems to have done a good job of upgrading everybody here, so if nothing else, at least everyone's more competent. It also might have just been the auto-leveling that did that, but oh well. Pretty sure the game just kind of scales up to at least a minimum. Now, let's see, what do they do to the bar here? I'd assume this was probably Steve's favorite part. There's probably a notice over there that they got permanently evicted, set on fire or something. No fun is allowed. Looks out of place. No? Would have figured that might be an interactable of some description. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been avoiding this this annoying sickness that's been going around. It's a GI bug-looking situation. It's funny, we were even supposed to be going on a short little family trip, and even they're down with this stupid thing. Alright, now that I know how some of these mechanics work a little bit better, I'm gonna be stacking a few different stats here. I still don't know what the hell Spirit does. Strength, obviously, for damage. Agility for dodge. Agility and luck for dodge, apparently. So definitely going agility on everybody as much as I can. Apparently, they all learn abilities based off their stats, so there's a bunch of cool stuff to find out. And for you, agility and luck. And also, apparently, they... Ooh, water jutsu? Okay, we're doing one of those. Gotcha. Doing one of those ones where we're pretending it's all friggin' magical. Oh, okay. Apparently he's got attack golems or something. That's always fun. See, now why can't mine target everybody? Actually, wait a minute. It was technically the same ability, so maybe it can target everybody. That'd be pretty awesome, actually. For that matter, let's see how good this is. Yeah, no, one enemy. So maybe we get some better version later. Is he already dead? Yeah, he is. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so let's see, we can't go int on her. We can go health, we can go strength, we can go luck. I'm gonna say luck. But yeah, apparently everybody's stats wind up more or less maxed out before the end of the game, so that's always fun. Right, nobody's got a heal at this point, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. Well, I guess we might as well chew on some cough drops. Why not? But yeah, if I sound a little bit less chatty than usual today, it's, like I was saying, was still recovering from that thing. For reasons that completely escape me, I got some random cough, so if I sound weird, that's because I'm chewing on cough drops this entire time, which seems weirdly fitting for this, I suppose. But yeah, it makes no sense, because the actual sickness had no cough associated with it. Just at the very end, it's like, nope, you have a cough now. Congratulations. This is a terrible prize. I don't want this prize at all. But I decided that was the way for it to be. I suppose such is life. Now, let's see here. Yeah, I kind of wish that they didn't cap you out on one type of item, because I would just have Poto oils in basically every single item slot. But they said no. So round drops, there we go. I feel like it's probably about time to start burning through those now. They did have the option of switching over to... Yeah, there we go, shields. Yeah, you know, you don't really seem to get enough items to justify having this right here. Wonder why that's there. Feels like they maybe put a lot of these systems in before they actually finished making the game. Then again, you know, that being said, maybe there'll be some huge layer of customizations and whatever else later on. I doubt it, but I suppose it's possible. Yeah, recently been going through the first SOM just to kind of get a sense for what's different between the two. And you know what? I stand completely corrected. The whole equipment menu thing, they absolutely made that one awkward too. So I guess that's just kind of their thing. Alright. Alright, we'll call that pointless lookout. Good to know. And this area is repopulated, because why wouldn't it be? Hi there, Mr. Vale. How you doing? Feeling any better? Yeah, I think that spinning cut move must skip defense or something. Because his regular attacks do 1, that thing does 50. Multiple times in a row. Yeah, hopefully by Friday. Yeah. About the same-ish here. Felt good enough to try one of these here. Oh, I'm trying to attack my own guy. Dirt. Felt good enough to try one of these here, but still may occasionally mute for a coughing fit. Not comparing the two, because, yeah, the one is way more extreme than the other, I'm just saying. Yeah, hopefully it's a quick recovery over there. Just, yeah, hopefully you don't end up picking up the stupid bug that's been going around everywhere. So far, 3 groups of folks I know across the country have come down with the same exact bug. How does this travel so fast? Why does everyone have the plague? I think that's the throne room up top there. There's actually one thing I wanted to check before going there. Aside from the fact that I kind of want everybody to train up a little bit here, because we're at a pretty massive level deficit at this point. See, it's been over a year since I was sick. Guess I'm having an... Well, we're very good at it. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to go in here yet. Crap. Honestly, do we need her for anything at this point? Like, not to be cold, but, she did her job. We got a sword. It's all good. Wait, you actually handed it... Are you nuts? Like, seriously, are you just dumb or what? And auto-revive. See, if you kill a fairy, it summons a war god who eradicates all non-fairy life on your island. That's what Kale will tell me. I suppose. Okay, so... who figured this out? Like, was this just some testing somebody did at some point? See? Steve, you're a friggin' moron. That's why you don't hand over the thing. I mean, you got your end boss right there. I know we gotta extend the plot, but, really, really not worth it. See? See? We didn't really need her for stuff. I mean, in all fairness, like, it seems like a thing that was gonna happen anyway, but still. Plus, I think we technically have all the fairies in our party already. Are they all technically fairies? I don't know. Maybe some of them are sprites, or djinns, or whatever you want to call them. No idea. Okay, we have shown the cracking animation multiple times, just so you know. Now, I'm assuming all the main characters just hand the thing over at that point. Just because, plot convenience, I guess. Okay. So that's a nice way of saying, okay, time to backtrack to every one of those castles we were talking about earlier. Alrighty. So we can just go ahead and use the drum here. Completely ignore all random encounters. Falkor! Okay. So this is the part where the game opens up then, yeah? Alright, can we just land in this? Oh, okay. We can't have a convenient landing. Although, this does seem a little bit closer, so it'll work. Okay, let's see if there was that shop update I was told about. Okay, yeah, no, I guess there absolutely has been a shop update. Although, look at that. Suddenly the better one is on the right. Oh. Wait. Sorry. Brain wrecker. That's pretty awesome. Right. Well, he definitely needs one. I'm gonna go spear and, you know what? This is actually the same icon that they used for, What's-Her-Face's, first fist weapon. Anywho, I'm gonna upgrade his knife, because he kinda needs it at this point, and I'm gonna get that, better spear for her. If I can remember these menus all of a sudden. Man. Sicknesses suck. They should just not be a thing. We just try to patch that out at some point. Of course, that being said, we tried, and then... yeah. A bunch of folks came up like, no, we like sicknesses, though. Why would we possibly try to eradicate them? Oh, okay. So you can actually give them their equipment. You don't have to buy them as that character. I've just been dense this whole time. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Definitely wish I would have figured that out earlier, but I'm apparently an idiot, so... you know, no big shock there. Okay, got that equipment thing, and... let's select. That is seriously the best name for a weapon I've ever seen. The Brain Wrecker. And I'm assuming... correct me if I'm wrong in this, I'm assuming this last slot is going to be like with those spirit creatures, you can slap one of them in there, and then it just alters everything about the character. I have nothing to really back that up aside from all of the constant comparisons to Golden Sun. But it does feel like the kind of thing that would happen. Okay, we're actually not too terribly far off from being able to afford the last weapon here. Password, remember? Well, good. Then we're getting into unknown territory. Alright, I can sell all of those and still not have enough. Those... wow. Yeah, none of this stuff is even slightly worth selling. Actually didn't mean to sell that one there. He should be fine, though. As long as Steve has a new weapon. I've been skipping out on a lot of encounters, so that's probably what happened there. And also the fact that I bought 100 of those super heals. I'm sure that must at least be playing a part here. Yes, please. Oh, by the way, so on a random note, just the weird mouth opening animation for the Wolf Boy kind of reminded me of this. It's so weird to go through kids shows on Netflix. Like I know I bring these up a good bit, but it's so weird to see the point where they suddenly lose their budget. Like there's two really grievous ones that come to mind. It's like one what was it called? I think let's see, how do you feel about the characters you picked? They seem like the most interesting three. I like that this... Okay, I like my main character here. Truth be told, I like all of them. I think if I was to pick a weak link of the group, it would be the wolf there, although he does a pretty good amount of damage. It's just mostly the fact that his character design is really kind of odd. Because I can never tell what the hell's going on with him. Is that a hat on his head? Is that just like some weird hairdo thing going on? Does he have a seashell or a beret? What is that? Like, I can't tell what his deal is, and I have a feeling that the other characters feel the same way, because they always put like a little gap between themselves and him. Like, I don't know what the deal is there. Anywho, moving on here, but yeah, so it's just funny because there's so many shows that were on Netflix. They were like, okay, we have this completely CGI cutesy kids show. And then out of nowhere they get like a second or third season, and they've lost all their budget, and they switch over to this really awkward like 80s anime kind of style thing, where suddenly everybody's talking way too fast, emoting way too much, and then they try to over-characterize all the characters in ways that make no sense whatsoever. And like it's just completely day and night whenever that happens. Like one in particular there. It was the show called Yoo-Hoo, right? It's literally just like a bunch of fluffy forest animals flying around in what is basically the magic school bus, going around and helping people with mundane problems in a way that is probably prohibitively expensive. So, wait, sorry. Oh, see, Kevin is the Kung Fu ninja with a blue beanie-like hat. Is the first fan's translation described him? Kung Fu werewolf. Fair enough. Fair enough. Seems about a good description as any. But yeah, so it was this whole thing like where they're all cutesy and everyone's moving at a relatively, like I hesitate to call it realistic, but overall when they're talking, one character says something, another one reacts and says something. There's a relatively slow pace to the way that they're trying to talk, kind of like people talk. And then apparently their budget ran out because the second season of that whole thing comes out. Or maybe this was some older version, I have no idea. But either way, this other version comes out. And it's like, everyone's got like 2 frames of animation. Everyone's suddenly way over-personalized. Like one character, they just suddenly decided was now the grumpy one. There was nothing leading up to that. He just was an owl, and they're like, he has to be grumpy now. So I kid you not, every other sentence, like, oh, well, I always say, and then he just repeats whatever happens. And then he has a scowl on his face, and then like, oh look, this joke is so funny, that's why we repeated it 80 times per episode. Can you tell he's grumpy? Because he's grumpy, he's the grumpy one, because he's an owl. Hello there, Alex. How are you doing? But yeah, it's just funny, because that seems to happen to so many kid shows for some reason. Where they start off with that CGI budget, and then just like turn into a weird, awkward Japanese cartoon. Because like, it's not even like the whole anime thing specifically, it's just really awkward low-budget cartoons is the only way I can possibly describe it. And I don't know why they always feel like they need to over-characterize everything after that point. But, who knows, that's life. But yeah, so yeah, sorry for the couple days off there. I caught my my daughter's GI bug that she picked up at some point, and was basically completely floored for a while. mostly back at this point. Still feeling a little bit crappy, but oh well. Life goes on and all that kind of thing. Just popping in to say hi, it's dinner time, wife won't understand if I watch and eat. Fair enough. I understand that entirely. But thank you for coming by and saying hi. But yeah, you have yourself a good dinner. Truth be told, I was actually considering to go do the Zelda randomizer thing, just thinking it would have less to talk about specifically, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like doing this. I think it's after the cough drops finally started working. Alright. Speaking of, gotta continue down this pile of cough drops. Hopefully all those crunkly sounds aren't coming through. See, I've only seen Wakfu, try to watch it in French to see if I'd remember it. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Neopets Flash except upgrade. Yeah, I don't know, most of them are like a really, really shiny, like fluffy CGI. Is what they end up starting off with. And then just like really, really, really low budget animes, where they always wind up. Because presumably they always do well at first, and then they're like, let's cut your budget in half, because it turns out this is gone the same way it's always gone. It's based on the largest MMO in France? Really? Okay, that I've never heard of. I'd be kind of curious to, How does the Tactics MMO even work? Like, is everybody one of the units? In that case, does it basically turn into RuneScape? Because that's basically what RuneScape is. It's like, as if you were playing an RTS or something, but you only get one character. And honestly, it's pretty good for it. Not as well as it hopes. Well, dang. Like, I kid you not, seriously, RuneScape is actually a pretty darn decent, I don't really know what to say, but it's seriously, like, if you wanted a single-player strategy game, it's kind of close, I'd say. Like, it's seriously like a mix of, like I was saying, playing an RTS with one character, but then also it's like a point-and-click adventure game at the same time. See, sounds amazing on paper. Penny Arcade had a comic about it way back when, but in reality gave up. Well, fair enough, that'll happen. I'll give everybody the juice. Juice. I think I could probably afford to spam these. Right, Steve got taken out. These guys are friggin' kicking me in the face here, holy crap. Forget all these supposed god beasts. These friggin' ninjas, man. Yeah, I wish these guys gave a little bit more experience, though. I'm kind of feeling like we're falling behind the curve very sharply. Alright, so some of these I didn't see any alternate areas, so like, for example, with these ones, I'm pretty sure what's going to end up happening, because we're going to get to the end, it's just going to be another boss, you know, just retreading the same dungeons. But I'm assuming for some of them, like the ice area and stuff, I'm assuming they're probably going to be moved over to the castle. Could be wrong on that, but it feels that way. Then again, at the same time, those could be just related to other plot lines. I'm hitting the button. Can I... Okay, apparently we can't fight that guy. Despite the fact that we have moves that can hit him. Fair enough. Let's see. Second mana, both maxed out what they can fit onto cartridge at the time, so you can feel the out-of-memory level enemy reuse. Gotcha. That does explain some things. Like, I feel like this literally could have just been entirely avoided by Steve not being a moron. It's like when they spend the entire game trying to get an item, and then 2 minutes later, he's like, nah, let me just go give it away. Just saying. A little bit weird. This is all about upgrading weapons with orbs, but then they ran out of memory, so 3 weapons get upgraded off random enemies in the last dungeon you may never see. Yeah, so far on that one I've gotten as far as... I've gotten the sword and the spear, and then I've gotten... like, I know where to get the axe, and it said to go... Like, I just recruited What's-Her-Face. Just named her after my wife. Because, seemed very sassy. So... Either way, what was I getting at here? So, yeah, they're mentioning to go get the axe and to come back at a later time, and so I came back at a later time. What I thought was a later time after recruiting her, and there was a thing that said, hey, you need an axe to get past through here. Apparently not enough time had passed or something, so kind of just got stuck. Though I'm pretty sure at that point I'm supposed to go back to, what's it? To the one friggin' night guy. So doing Secret Mana remake from last year, or the SNES version. Doing the SNES version, and I don't think it does. I saw a video that somebody had put out. Okay, yeah, the thing just exploded, so they're not here. Okay, so that's neat. Can't use the drum in here. Love how location-specific stuff is the one time they care about realism. It's like naming items, location-specific travel abilities, and that's kind of about it. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Go get Vitality. Do you by any chance know what the hell Spirit does? Because I'm assuming it probably doesn't make him more religious. Yeah, might as well just save it. But yeah, the PSN version didn't seem like it had any voice acting. Though apparently you can still do the whole multiplayer thing with it. In all reality, I kind of preferred the general aesthetic of the SNES version. But that's more just a personal thing, as I thought it looked a little bit more impactful. Dungeon and Spirits getting drunk, that's a no. I like it. Alright. I think I need some strength on him so he starts doing damage again. Poseidon's Claw. How's it going there, Evan? You having a good one? Alright, well, I've got zero idea what's going on screen right now. And I think we're gonna go ahead and go off screen right now, because these guys are basically insta-killing everybody. Which doesn't seem like a terribly good time. Yeah, we're just gonna go. Thank you for your time, good sir. We're just gonna shuffle on this way, get in that door. Alright, and let's go ahead and just juice everybody up at this point. Now, am I feeling a little bit better? I'm generally not attached to a mattress anymore, so that's nice. Didn't know what a street sell-by date is, or if they're so big they don't care. Street sell-by date? What, is that for produce or something? How did this sort us out money-wise? Hopefully once we get back to town we can actually get some pretty decent equipment here. Because it's starting to be pretty noticeable how behind we are. In fact, you know, I'm going to start using some of these coins just to start mopping up some of these fights early. Game. Game. Can I get my items, please? Oh, I already have them in my list, don't I? Okay, well, let's restock on this stuff. Let's get some chocolate in here. Probably buy like 50 bajillion cough drops when we get out of here. Or, actually, cough drops are kind of pointless at this point. I guess just chocolates. Really need to get on the sleep schedule. Emperor Bezos. Yeah, Amazon's weird. So recently I was actually kind of annoyed at Amazon. They so for like a year now, I've been attempting to do this whole like affiliate sales program with it and stuff like that to, you know, try to work from home effectively and all that. You know, in light of the whole business failure thing. And of all friggin' things, ooh, just got squad wiped. Well, crap. That's a downer. Let's try that again. This time with a bit less, you know, getting completely nuked. This must be one of those difficulty spikes I was hearing about. But yeah, so had a couple months there where it's like, okay, like 400 in sales. This is, you know, this is pretty doable, you know, if it's gonna bring in like 400 bucks or whatever. That's pretty fantastic. You know, it'll do something. Every one of those times, they're like, no, sorry, your sales are invalid because somehow they figured early on that it wasn't coming from my website, and I was going and I was linking them directly to my website. It's like, okay, sales are coming from here, you know, and coming from other sources and posting links or wherever. And they're like, oh, it didn't come directly from this thing. We didn't see anything come from your site. I'm like, I don't know how you figured. And instead of ever bothering to fix it, they're like, okay, no, sorry, all your sales are just void now. Thanks for all that. Goodbye. And yeah, then they would just leave it at that, take the money and run. And that was annoying as hell. So finally, on like the 4th attempt now, they sent $1, and it turns out that, yeah, it turns out that they didn't like the way that it was linked. Like, Literally all that changed was a few letters in a URL, and they couldn't ever bother to tell me this. But anyway. But he's got a point, Mr. Vale. You need sleep. Why you never sleep? What is the deal with the not sleeping? Also, yeah, this spin move is just so much stronger than everything else. It's almost comical. Now, let's go Vitality on her. Just get that health up a bit. It seems like we keep getting wiped over and over. Not completely wiped. I mean, only a little bit wiped. It's like when there's just a little bit on there, you know? Okay. Let's go ahead and juice everybody up real quick. Perfect. Your moves are bullcrap, Mr. Sword Guy. Here, let me get this Duck General out of the way. Don't have much control over my sleep schedule right now. Managed to get it off for the hospital test, but now that they're over, it's off again. That really sucks. Really hope that improves for you. Can't exactly recover too good if you can't sleep. Gotta sleep real good. Alright, so what I'm confused by here is that area definitely leveled up since last time. But there's nothing in there, so I mean, I guess they just assumed you would go back to that same spot. Maybe they're in some of those side areas or something. Oh, whoops. That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna go back to these sort of castle-y type areas, the kind of side plots, if you were. See if we can maybe find something there. Would be nice to get a map at this point to know where the actual big glowy thing. You do sleep 7 hours, 58 minutes every night, just not during the times you want to. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that's a good amount of sleep. And that should definitely be more than enough time to make it by. I'm a good example that on about 2.5 hours of sleep, you can wind up not completely brain dead. Intentional to be that exact. Clearly, the science there says that if you put those 2 extra minutes in, you feel like you've never slept. I think anybody that's ever tried to sleep in will tell you that much. Like, oh man, I'm gonna feel so rested from all that sleeping in. You feel like you slept 2 seconds. And then your entire day feels like a regret. Then you just randomly fall asleep for a 10-minute nap in the middle of the day and feel like you just slept a billion years. Or bored, so they tracked my breathing to see if I was remembering to breathe at all. Well, that's... I don't know if that's a good sign, or it's a sign of something. Exactly 7 hours, 15 minutes. Okay. Well, don't knock it if you're breathing. Don't get sleep anymore. Sometimes randomly get sleep. When I got sick, I got to take a nap. It felt weird. And then a bunch of stuff went wrong, so... Don't take naps, is what I'm trying to get at. Ogre Box! It's the Ogre Battle sequel we never got. Why are you so angry, Ogre Box? But yeah, wound up getting in a little bit of trouble. So I tried to go, try to do the whole nap thing. So my daughter gets up. First order of business, she pulls all the drawers out of her dresser. makes a staircase, goes and collects a bunch of lotion bottles that were supposed to be out of reach. So, you know, that's a new thing we have to worry about now. And, yeah, they're supposed to be out of reach. She goes and arranges what I can only assume is a sales presentation to her brother, who's, like, napping next to her. So she just sets up this line of lotion, then decides to go and, just try to climb up there again to get everything else down. Falls over backwards. Somehow gets a mark on her face despite falling backwards. No idea what that's all about, but either way. So, you know, end up going and checking her and making sure everything's okay and all that kind of thing. It's like, okay, so everything's fine. She seems perfectly fine. Like, presumably the little mark on her face might have just been from her itching herself or something. It was kind of unclear. But, oh, actually, before I forget, let's go slap some of these suckers on there. Nope, that's the wrong button. Why is it that every other SNES game used the whole A-B system? And this one is BA. What is your deal, Japan? Why do you always gotta make stuff backwards? Alright. There we go, Grail. Except now I have them equipped. Why did I not have them equipped before? Anyone's guess. So anyway. After all that, figure, okay, you know what, all the trouble's out of the way. You know, little man's running around playing, she's watching her show. Because, you know, she wasn't feeling too good, so we're like, okay, now you get to have all the Netflix you ever wanted. So she's there watching her show and everything. Figure, okay, everything's all good. I'm going to set myself an alarm for like 20 minutes. I'm going to go put my head down for a bit because I feel like I get hit by a truck. So, you know, walk over, keep chowing down on Pepto-Bismol, trying not to puke and all that. Take a nap for a couple minutes. Apparently she realized that I was taking a nap. So she'd basically gone, taken all of her markers, chucked them all over the place. Luckily these markers are the kinds that will only draw on a particular thing. Still though, she's taken all the caps off her markers and thrown them all over the place. She's taken her magnets and rearranged them all over the dang apartment. She's taken a 2,000-piece puzzle that my wife was working on, climbed up to the table, and decided that she could do it better. Which resulted in her taking apart like a quarter of the thing. Which, yeah, was really scared that some pieces were lost after that. Attempted to put some of it together, but I suck at puzzles. And, yeah, what else? Let's see, had attempted to relocate the PS4, had gone and rearranged my desk. Like, it's amazing the kinds of efficiency they'll pull out. Like, if only you could somehow channel that into causing stuff to be clean. Oh yeah, she ended up dismantling the entire bookshelf, too. So I walk into the hallway, and there's just, like, a gigantic pile of books all over the place. Like, it was just ridiculous. And you try to get them to clean stuff. Like, every time this kind of stuff happens, I go and I make her, you know, manually pick everything back up and put it back where it goes as best as she can. But sure enough, she's just there, like, it takes 20 minutes to put those books back. Like, it took you less than that to dismantle the entire apartment. Why can't we just apply that same speed to this? That's such is life. Okay, so, let's go get this guy his... Wait a minute, these weapons suck now. This is not the same town. Crap. What town was that? Ah, whatever, it's time to hop back on to Falkor to figure out what the hell we're doing here. Or I guess we gotta fight through this crap first. Like, I can think of the Frost Castle, I can't really think of anywhere else where we're supposed to go. Falkor! Oh. Well, that's neat. And so is it just in the Desert Fortress? No, that says Valley of Flame, so that's where we were. Alright, that's confusing. Okay, what about this one? What's this one say? Mountain Zone. Alright. This one I feel might be a little bit faster, because I have a feeling that they moved into the castles. I've got very little to back that up, aside from the fact that there were those unused castles. And given their absolute love of reusing assets, that feels like what's probably going to be the case. If anybody happens to know, feel free to let me know. Well, I think it's fair to say that's not much of an upgrade. Welcome to Palo. Okay. Hi there, chicken. Can I talk to you? Yes, you cheap. It's adorable. That little cheap effect probably took as much space as one of these maps. Alright, you didn't level up at all. So it's funny, on the whole note of arrows out of nowhere. So recently, there were a few little bits and pieces coming out as far as Sekiro, if you guys have been looking at that one at all. But basically, if you haven't, it's the latest thing that the Dark Souls people have been doing, / Armored Core people, and all that kind of thing. And like, the game is friggin' amazing, and probably one of the most difficult looking things I've ever seen. Like, to the point where literally there isn't even a functional dot, like, block thing. It's like you basically have to parry every single thing in order to even survive. Which, yeah, a lot of people were absolutely jonesing for it, and it looks amazing. The point being, the thing starts off with a supposed to lose fight, and so I was watching a thing yesterday where one of the people with a early preview copy was going through the very first fight, because it's one of the few things they could actually show. So he just released today, I think Bear's playing it. Awesome! Now, I was gonna watch Lobos' run, because that guy's runs are amazing. But actually, no, wait, it should be tomorrow. It's the 22nd, I remember, because it's a day after today. As weird as that sounds, it's because they had a bill due today, and still not super positive on what I'm gonna do about that, but hopefully some other stuff pans out that I needed to pan out. Point being, though, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. But yeah, no, that game looks awesome. But, so the very first fight, you're supposed to lose, right? Or the very first boss fight, rather. So, that guy had gone through and had beaten the guy as part of that first fight, and it turns out, yeah, there's actually a different cutscene if that happens, which everybody there was hoping for an alternate ending or something. Okay. Sentry's missing. Oh, no, wait, no, they're here. Stop praying for our safety and give us some plot advancement, please. They really didn't tell us much on where the hell we're supposed to go. But yeah, turns out there was a different cutscene. But the hilarious part is, it's literally just like, instead of he gets suddenly beaten in the middle of the fight and gets his arm chopped off, instead it's like he beats the guy, he kneels down to the ground, his servant throws like a saw blade looking thing at him, and then, wow, that is a goofy looking face. Anyway, so yeah, the guy's servant throws a saw blade looking thing, and then like he gets distracted blocking and then gets his arm chopped off. And then gives a whole long speech of like, oh, you put up a good fight or whatever. It's like, dude, you lost the fight. You lost. You don't get to make that speech. It releases tomorrow by European and PAL people who are playing it today. There are a lot of people that got preview copies. Specifically, Activision put a lot of the streamers of it onto planes over to Japan, and it was actually pretty awesome. Cause yeah, they apparently went to like Ninja School and crap. It was pretty awesome. Where I mean, obviously, it is what it is, but you know, it was just neat how they did that. Personally, I know that I may have potentially weirded out one of the folks when I was at the Plasma Donation Center a little bit ago. Because I was watching one of those and was cracking up at the fact that one of them was trying to buy something for their girlfriend. And they saw a place that had dresses in it, and it turns out that was actually like a sex shop. Like, well, I went in there, and I was trying not to be rude, but it's like, walk through the thing, and there's just suddenly penises everywhere. I'm like, this isn't... I thought this was supposed to sell dresses. Like, try not to be rude, so I had to buy something, but... But then if I spent an hour there, everybody would have looked at me weird, because we're all part of a tour. Oh, it was pretty great. But yeah, apparently even in FromSoft's offices, they don't really have a whole lot of Armored Core stuff. Which was, Like, they had a whole collection of different robots and stuff like that, and it was like all Gundams in one Armored Core. It's like, man, you guys made like 15 of those games. Can't you show a little bit of love to your series? Like, please remember that it exists. It's such a good series. Why are you so mean to the Armored Core? I don't know. I'm hopeful. Still hopeful at some point something will happen. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to the castle because this place was clearly locked up, but it was the only one with an open front door. So we'll see if this works out. Now it kind of surprises me that this completely maxed out the SNES cartridge, but then just a few years later, with the GBA, you had the Lost Age. Like, I compared this to TLA a good bit, but it's funny because that place had so many in-depth environments and so many good music tracks and, like, so many everythings, and just nothing. Like, they almost never reused any assets for anything. Like, other than towns. It's like, you went back to towns and they got completely redone, but they had just massive, sprawling friggin' areas. And then they never really reused anything, which was pretty awesome. Like, hell, even all the Earth Rock areas would probably take the space of 2 of these areas, for example. How's it going, Earth Sunder? Nice to see ya. Alright, I think the save statue is over here. I don't really know why I'm looking for the save statue, because it's either we run into a boss fight, or not really. So you never know, maybe in 2020 you'll get invited to Unsung Story HQ. Yeah, that's likely. Hey there, Mr. Cow. Not too good today? Did you get the bug too? Because so far the bug has taken out like a good 80% of all my family folks here. My daughter and I had it. I'm mostly recovered. My daughter's mostly recovered. My wife briefly seemed to have it, but then seemed to shake it off, and then my baby has booby immunity, so meh. Oh. Well, I hope it's not too bad over there. Nothing personal, I hope. A little child passed away this morning. It sucks. Sorry, man. Yeah. So it always sucks to lose a dog. How old was he? No, too old. That'll happen. I hope it was peaceful. I'm toothless for a little while? Dang, that's pretty extreme. Feels like we should be able to do something here. Pardon the sound going in now for just a second here. I just wanna double check real quick what my quick save key is. There we go. Alright, I have no idea. Guess you're just supposed to look for them? Do they randomly show up? For some reason I can't enter this city. Any particular reason for that? Oh, there we go. What's wrong over there? Well, you need to get some rest then. Although it does seem to be like a surprisingly regular thing today. No. Couldn't sleep? Well, I guess it depends on how much you gotta get on with your day. What time zone are you in? Yeah, if your head's bugging you, just go back to sleep then. If your head's in good condition, but you're overall just tired, then you'd be better off having some coffee. Yeah, man, you need some sleep. Seems like everybody needs some sleep today. It's called Sleepy Thursday. Oh no, I get that. I get that. Just saying. You have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, hello there, Banana Fish. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, sleep helps to recover out of that stuff. Even if it seems like complete garbage right now, it'll help. Sleep and long walks. As cliche as that sounds. Alright, for lack of any friggin' idea on what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, let's go over here. Okay. And it's still closed. One thing I can think of is... There's a town to go back to. Thank you, Earth Thunder. There's two places I'm trying to look at here. One of them is the forest here, because you know, it seemed like a place that was fairly easy to explore. Doesn't seem like there's too much confusion that could be had there. I'm not sure where to land, except here it is. And the other one was that town that we encountered early on next to the dwarf city. Because he said to go back to him at some point, we never did. Whoa, what the... what? Okay, suddenly that. These guys did nothing before, and now they are crushing everyone. Difficulty says we're going in the right direction, but that's about it. Getting lost as to where to go? Yeah, no, I'm completely confused. Because I've visited, I want to say, more than half the locations now with zero clue as to what I'm actually supposed to be doing. I figured I was supposed to go to those castles from before, but those didn't do anything. Tried going back to some previous towns, thinking some NPCs would have some info, and they're surprisingly tight-lipped about this entire situation. And yeah, then tried revisiting the old stone spots and all that kind of thing. Nothing there. So yeah, completely and totally lost. Save the ferry yet? Yes, I did. And that seemed like the worst trade possible. Because we essentially doomed the world in order to get back a plot character that we technically didn't need anymore. At least at the time. Okay. So we're back way at the entrance here. Now I know I need to come back here at night. Which it seems to be getting dark, so I think I might have automatically turned into night, maybe? Now let's break out Falkor here, fly around a little bit until it's nighttime. There we go, so everything's all lit up now. Might as well go to the inn, get those levels locked in. All that kind of business. Falkor, the FF10 thing. And there could be some linguistic similarities. Well, I know I gotta beat the thingies, but I have no idea where the hell to find them. Like, I seem to be exploring just all these random areas, and I don't know if they're a random encounter now. I don't know if they're... like, they just showed the rocks exploding. They're like, go find them. So, trying to do that. No idea where they could possibly be, though. There's a birdie, not a thing. Yeah, it went all cheap. Hello from the Reaps and Peeps. Well, thank you very much for showing up. Really appreciate it. Alright, upgrades to be had here. Alrighty, let's see. You can do them in any order. Remember there were places next to the Manstones which were closed off? Kind of? Like, I went over to them and I didn't seem to find anything new. Well then, where's Sheik at? They're supposed to be teaching me things. Right, that's not going to be in the right direction. Okay, so it was literally just right next to the rocks. I went to the fire one first because it was right there, but then didn't actually see anything in terms of it being open. Is the fire one just in a different spot or something? Alright, we'll just go back to do that one. Because apparently it's not registering this as night. Oh, it's because I went to sleep. That's why. That's why it's not registering as nighttime. Way to go, Dumbo. Okay, let's go this way. So, let's go check this out again. I'm probably gonna have to... No, actually, yeah, let me do a quick pause right here. Well, after this map, anyway. Let's make sure everybody's doing all good on their breakfast, and then we'll be good to go. I feel like I just want to go agility on him. We'll get some kind of fire moves. Neat. This does. Okay, set some kind of stats down. Okay, so that must be those debuff moves I was hearing about. Like attack debuffs, I should probably say. Alright, so let me just put a quick little pause right here and I'll be right back. Alrighty, hello folks. Sorry for the pause, as per usual. Alright here. Passage you can go through before, landing from Frammy south of Dean gets you to entrance of cave. Good thing I know exactly where those are. I'm assuming Frammy is that town, the Oasis town, that I got most of the upgrades in, which I'm actually trying to find again. Gets you to entrance cave. For light wood earth, you need to land in certain parts near the dungeons with mana stones. Oh. And moon is going up that tower. Wind through new passage on the mountain. Fire and water are new passages near Moonstone. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Man, that sassy shuriken throw though. So sassy. Just too spicy for this world. Does a little hip wiggle before chucking his shurikens. Oh, okay, Prime's a dragon. We're just calling him Falkor for convenience. Okay, there we go. It's weird. Going up and going down, there's different enemy layouts here. I'm not sure if that's relevant to anything except for speedrunning stuff, but oh well. Get intelligence. I've been told that there's apparently some super amazing debuff, or multi-debuff, that she gets that apparently ruins everything forever. In which case I should probably be playing as her, but whatever. Especially because the AI is way better at playing Mr. Knifeman over here. Which actually, come to think of it, I should probably set the AI to always use that multi-attack. Because strangely enough, it does more damage. Like his, whatever, we'll go to the menu as soon as it lets me after this. But yeah, his multi-slash thing actually does seem to do more damage than his regular thing. Because he does up to 3 hits for 70 each, whereas his normal thing's like 140. Okay, so... yeah, you go ahead and help out Trogdor, and always use backslash. Seems good. See if we use water stuff on a water type, what happens? Well, that wasn't very effective at all. Okay, I guess I should have figured, but still. Okay. Let's go ahead and get Steve back in action then. Man. Dry weather plus getting over sickness does not lead to a happy throat. I'll say that much. Give everybody some oil, because this is definitely something you want to be chugging. Hopefully this stuff isn't like fish oil or some crap, because that would be disgusting. See, enemies get +2 levels each time you beat a mana beast. Beating when last gives you 25,000 extra gold too. Oh, okay. That's an interesting little twist. I will say they are kind of overestimating people's attention to everything, like in terms of why they did it this way. Like, how would you know to go back to look for this exact spot? General, save some time. It's like friggin' Affleck and the General had a baby. So we're just gonna have to call this Insurance Zone. You know, come to think of it, Gotta make you wonder. As far as actual cartridge space, little fire explosion effect. Gotta wonder how many potential other areas they had to cut out just for that explosion effect. Alright. Now that we're back here. Yeah, so where's that other spot? Oh, already went past the new passages? Oh, I thought it was like right next to it. In that case, I think I saw the one you were talking about. Actually, originally I thought if there was a new passage, it would have been that way. How many god beasts? Yeah, we totally got all of them and totally not none of them. Yep. Sounds about right. Definitely got them all. You know, mission accomplished, we can go home now. Also, we're totally doing damage to stuff again, look at that. Yep, we're doing something. Definitely not zero. I wonder with these initial charge attacks, if it's meant to be a correction from SOM1. Because they have that kind of like charge mechanic kind of situation going on. And that miss was annoying when you miss, because you basically have to double charge everything. Alright, so there's one thing over this way. That's just a trap by the looks of it. There's also one up top there, kind of in that downward stair area. Okay. So I'm assuming this is the area then, right? Certainly looks like it. Oh, alrighty. And back. Sorry, that was a bit of a long pause. Let's just say that, well, one refill of breakfast led to 2 diapers, led to more snacks for everybody, led to a dog trying to eat those snacks, led to said dog trying to run off, trying to hide and do his whole I totally didn't do it right in front of you thing, which led to some meltdowns, which led to some other... It's a long story. So, let's see here. Let's see, Earth Dungeon is longest. The light one's got a puzzle, and you can already farm CC seeds at Navarre Fortress. 2 lesser demons in the throne room. Open their drops with Steve. Get seeds. Okay. Gotcha. See whose dungeon is longest. Apparently Earth. So 38 for the class change. Okay. Now I'm assuming we start flying up in levels or something, because it does feel like we're at 26. Like that's it's not a significant or not an insignificant ways up there. Alright, this guy just wants to sit there and take it? Whatever. I think we may have potentially waited long enough that his AI broke. Oh no, there he goes. He was just taking forever to make his sword all diamondy. And then exploded. As you do. You're sure your dog well is with you? Yeah, I know. I know, man. I do. This dog is just a bit of a derpus. He's our yellow lab that had gone and successfully trained through the leader dog program. We got him. We trained him up. He graduated. Didn't exactly. Ultimately, his career didn't exactly work out. So, you know, we had the option to get him back, so we did. He's usually the good dog. Just sometimes he can't help himself when he sees food, and then he just runs straight over the baby. Like, I see some Cheerios, let me smush this little child. And that's obviously terrifying when that happens. But make no mistake, we cherish the hell out of our dogs here. Like, we make fun of them, but we love them. Make fun of them because we love them. You know what? Actually, my brother's dog passed away not that long ago. Dog was with him since, hell, since I was a little kid, so... Yeah, that dog must have been like 20 years old. Like, it was to the point where we literally just called him Zombie all the time because he just smelled real bad, he was all natty and gross. He was completely deaf, yelling at walls at random. Like, he was pretty jacked up. Oh yeah. Eventually age got the better of him. Right, there's a path up here, which I'm assuming we need to take with these guys. No, let's not, actually. See, point of advice for Fire Beast, have the spelling leaves ready, 9 of them. And or Poseidon Claws, okay. Will the mama oil work just fine? Yeah, I've got a couple Poseidon Claws, so I'll put them suckers right there. Angel Grills for revives, Poto Oils. I just want to call these fish oil. Put them suckers right there. Need leaves. Okay. Honey drinks, sure. Wind drum. Probably wait for now. Yeah. Let's put these away now. When you're saying dispelling leaves, I'm assuming you're talking about the poo-poo grass. Is that right? Because there's Stardust Herbs, which I think are an MP restoring items. Oh, Stardust Herbs? Okay. Gotcha. Still have no idea what Dream Sea herbs do. Put this wind drum away. So we can get out of that. And then we got some chocolates here. It's something. Probably max out on grails, because I now have more of those in here somewhere. I'm hoping if they ever make a remake of this, they will fix this whole menu system. Let's see if they dispel magic effects. Popo grass cures negative effects. I thought Mama Oil cures everything. And I'm not sure if it does anything, but this water statue seems like a pretty solid idea. Oh, cures negative, it doesn't dispel? Gotcha. Like, I'm assuming we're getting pretty close to the end here. Feels like about that point. I'm gonna drop a save state just in case. This cod potato going to the store, but instead of grocery list brings the item list. Mom oil, poo poo grass, what is this? That's the important stuff, that's what that is. Oh yeah, it would be less, here's the shopping list, and it would be more like, why aren't you going finding this stuff yourself? Let's put this on everybody. Now I think that statue is like some universal water buff, so presumably that should be pretty useful here. They're fire types after all. Just go by Pokemon rules. I got the got all the ground coins, got all of the water coins. Should be good. Just burn through all our healing juice here. Thankfully this stuff's pretty cheap for how good it is. I will say, there's nothing more abjectly terrifying than a toddler suddenly laughing out of nowhere. Because it always means something is wrong. Use a lot of hugs. Well, we'll send you as many digital hugs as we can, man. Okay, I think we're just going backwards at this point. What are you doing? You don't do that. I'm sorry, one sec. Let's see, it's more scary when the child laughs but you don't have a child. Yeah, that's pretty freaky. Though on the plus side, you know they're not trying to feed any of their toys to a dog. Oh, by the way, so speaking of raising luck, by the way. So early on, or earlier, I was trying to do that whole rewriting Night of Lotus and all that kind of thing. There, you know, it's a weird thing as far as that goes. So, technically speaking, it is possible to improve their time there. However, the actual record time on that thing at this point is actually pretty freaking well optimized, to the point where in order to speed it up, you would need to get really lucky with a bunch of lucky drops, and apparently nobody seems to understand how exactly that drop system works, or rather how to conveniently affect it. Like, it's literally everybody's individual stats plus whatever day it is plus their birthday plus a bunch of other stats. It essentially creates a situation where they have an intensity, a duration, and like a general kind of like wavelength on how their luck goes that varies based off like their stats, their emblems, their just whatever time of year it is. It's unnecessarily complex, to be honest, and apparently nobody knew exactly how to manipulate it. Like, for some random character you could, but for your main character you can't. And so you'd basically need to manipulate it in order to get into 2 out of 3 specific ranges, in order to get a couple of particular drops early on, because there's only a couple of third-tier drops that potentially could drop a thing. There are a couple of second ones that could potentially drop an orb. But yeah, there's ways to do it. It's just really shockingly inconvenient. Like, I don't know who designed it, but really, really odd choice on that one. Let's see. Have you ever played Live Live? I have watched the hell out of it. It's a really, really neat game. It's actually aesthetically very similar to this one, I have to say. Where there, like, if you told me that there were similar people that did the art styles, I would absolutely believe you. Like, whether that's true or not, I would 150% believe you on that. But yeah, it's really, really good. It's really interesting. Definitely had some, shall we say, old-timey questionable elements, but it would be neat to see something like that redone. Yeah, I've never gotten the chance to play it, but I've seen, like, full 100% run-throughs multiple times. Just because it's really fun to watch. Kind of surprised that it went relatively unheard of. Now, why is it that their abilities target everybody, and mine don't? And for that matter, why are they able to cast twice in the time that I can't even open up my item menu? See, Tio goes into weird territory sometimes. Originally even had a message program to display if someone cheats to get loads of items. Wait, really? Actually didn't know about that. And yeah, was it Evan or Earthsunder that had asked for the SNES Tio speedrun? So I think that one might be a bit more possible. Admittedly, I'm not terribly good at speedrunning unless it's One Vision. But still. I'd be screwed if OB6. Whoa, okay. First off, friggin' save state. Okay, office statue. Water magic damage? Sure. Except I can't use it because I can't see him yet. Cool. Yeah, nice of them to go ahead and give some kind of warning here, or maybe a save statue. See, and there are no times on the SNES TO category, so you have shot. This is true. Just go ahead and spam a crap load of items. Let's go over to him. Have him go ahead and... Actually, no, he's going to go ahead and do his casting thing. Go instant menu into you. Let's have you go ahead and use this claw. And water attribute, probably on... No, probably on Trogdor. Alright, and let's go ahead and get speed down on them. Wow, this thing's like a friggin' Doom boss. Yeah, no, I screwed up the trick. Completely missed statue. It was a very close entrance. Oh. Okay, well, that's pretty normal. Okay, I don't see this guy doing very much, but there we go. Let's just go insta-cast. Yeah, that's doing a crap load, too. Alright, let's compare that with Ice Coin. Can I not even hit this guy if he doesn't have his face out? Don't think so. Heat beam! Fence down. Okay, so that's when I need those leaves that I totally remembered to actually use this time. Overall, so far I've honestly been expecting this to be worse. Messages from character and Martha Blackpink pops up. If you get duplicates of one only items, what a pathetic group of people. Why would you ever need duplicates of those items, though? That's a real question. Because honestly, you really don't need them in March of the Black Queen. Like, you get enough crazy crap as it is. You know what? Yeah, this is alright. So far, this is very alright. We're getting off way more attacks than he is. And especially since his casting ability seems to hit him regardless of where the hell he is. Which, I guess he's just got some magical, still technically existent pixel somewhere on screen, so he just automatically targets it. Whereas everybody else would need to actually get close or something. Now for that, he can cast Fire Saber on you, which will deal 0 damage. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, and TO, you could get message from Martial Blackpink characters if you cheat-coded items. Alright. That's weirdly specific. Like, SNES TO, I can understand why somebody would cheat, because that game is kind of hard as crap, to be fair. I mean, it depends. It's very abusable. There's a lot of mechanics that you can mess around with, but in a good way. Just like Knight of Lotus. Like, there's abusable stuff, but it's within reason. Like, even once you get to the very end where you, like, get to the point where you have Auburn being an absolute friggin' mega beast. Oh. Well, exploded doesn't sound very good. Like, specifically, the whole thing of going through Palace of the Dead using Petrify once per fight. That mess is ridiculous. Do we need this on everybody? Not really. Doesn't feel like we really need a top off or anything. And actually, yeah, those ice coins are fantastic here. Actually, no regrets at all about picking up so many ice coins. Yeah, this is actually making his attack power go down. Wonder if that's why he's not doing very much. Alright, well, whatever. He's out of juice. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. We've still got plenty of stuff in the tank here. It's kind of a wonder, considering there's just a random market selling this stuff, how nobody else has potentially done this before. And I definitely have to remember to set Trogdor to stop following people around. Because I know he's a dog and everything, but still. He doesn't need to do the whole lost puppy thing. Not intentionally breaking up dogs again, sorry about that. Saber Mana Beast is weak to opposing element, apart from Moon and Wood. That's why Angela can go nuts on them with Insta-casts. Gotcha. I have no idea which one Angela is. I think Angela's the one without pants, yeah? It's like, I know we got Pantsless Wizard, we got, like, Little Chatty Child, we've got, a dog, we've got Two Shanks, we've got Spear Chick, and then we've got what's his face? Mr. Fighter Guy. See how much this does by comparison. It seems like Earth has been weirdly reliable in everything. The one that was sleeping naked? Okay, gotcha. Angela is the purple hair mage, Lisa is the blonde hair spear Valkyrie. Okay. Yeah, I love how spammable these are. Although, what is that damage? It seems like it can't make up its mind. It's somewhere between like 50 and 200 every time. How annoying would it be if they could do this? Like, considering that these are all coins, I'm just kind of like imagining that she's bringing out like a handful of change and just throwing it right at his face. They're just a big old pocket full of exploding coins. Water Moon Slice? Sure. And there we go. That took a hot minute, but no pun intended, but it's all good. So is it just fan service that she's there sleeping naked, or is there some character reason for that? Or is it mostly just because they have that whole swimsuit-looking situation going on? Okay, so they do tell you that that's how all the characters level up. Oh, good! They actually let you leave automatically. Good, 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 good. Okay, where was this earlier? GG news. Fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. So we get this drum. Let's go ahead and top off on some fill-up items. Yeah, why don't we just go for water or whatever next? Why not? Because water goes under a bridge. And you know what we finally have? Bridges. Wait, where's the bridges? God dang it, I fixed the bridges, by the way. I'm assuming it'll probably take another 2 days to show up again or something. But the bridges got fixed. Alright, now to remember which one's water. Some ancient ruins of light. Jack. The mountain zone will be wind. That's gonna be wood up there. Oh, ice zone, that's what it's gonna be. Okay, Nikita will provide better gear now, and after you slay the 4th beast, you find them at the entrance to mana places. Ooh. Thank you, Catface. Ooh, you can go for a hot landing, it seems. Dropping off the dragon. Fighting stuff right away. What is that Grim Reaper? Is that an insta-death trap? Ooh, Christmas tree. Out of curiosity, is there a regen ability of some description? Like, do any of the classes just get built-in regen? So you land as close as you can to the light point without walking through everything? Okay. Yeah, before I thought you could only land on very specific areas like towns and such. Not sure why you keep trying these. It never seems to work out for you guys. By the way, is there any relevance to these statues anymore? Or are they just kind of here? Or will that be a thing later? Because I'm assuming that's supposed to mean this is where you, for example, use that hammer, but I already tried that last time. Because I thought these things were supposed to signify that one of their villages was around. See, went through them once. Give their landmarks, villages, lore stuff. Gotcha. Look at that. Actually, I remember to use my hotkeys. Why would you just temporarily switch to somebody instead of doing 2 permanent switches? Freaking optimization, though. Be speedrunning this in no time. I'm sure somebody's done some freakishly optimized speedrun of this before. It's like, yep, have everything down to the exact input. You end up missing 1 attack in a 48-hour speedrun. Suddenly you're just completely off of any chance of any record whatsoever. Although with a lot of these old ones, it always seemed... Forgot to make a left turn back there. A lot of these older ones, it always seemed to be stuff like, well, if you end up taking 1 step in the wrong direction, you'll screw up the RNG. So Live, Parasite Eve, and Chrono Trigger were directed by the same person. Okay, that I wouldn't have expected. Like, to any possible degree. Okay, actually, no, wait. Live, yes, because there's a lot of similarities there. Not Paradise Paradise, wow. Actually, that should have been the sequel nobody got. It's like the beach volleyball sequel, Paradise Eve. And it's just like the partner guy and the chief or whatever else. Man, nobody needs that. The partner and the partner guy and the chief in Speedos, nobody needs that at all. Anyway, what was I getting at there? But yeah, like Parasite Eve, it's like 99%. What? There's 2 of him. Oh. Well then. He's brought his girlfriend along. How about that? Amber uniform. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's a bit of an upgrade, I think. Just a little tiny bit. I still don't know what that last slot is, but I'm still going to go ahead and assume that it's for the equipping the elemental characters. Yeah, that would explain why we're getting one shot all over the place. What do you mean I still didn't buy rings? No, I did not. Was I supposed to? Like I said, I have no idea what goes in that last slot, so... Oh, most of them grow from seeds? Okay. Yeah, that's pretty significant as far as upgrades go, gotta say. I really don't know why you need to take off your gauntlets in order to put on your earrings, but if you say so. Oh, you can in the cell menu, why can't you in the other menus? What the hell? It's freaking weird, man. Alright, whatever. Not gonna complain, everyone finally has armor upgrades. What about you? Nikita, Chiquita, distant relative of his. So his girlfriend and his cousin are just hanging out selling weaponry in the middle of a... Okay, whatever. Now, Mr. Vale, if you're still here, I know you're gonna want me to go for the Griffin Lance, but unfortunately it's... You know, this one's just a little bit better. Because yeah, if I go L and R on this menu, I can't do it. It's an odd design choice. Yeah, these things cost a crap load. Now, when you say they grow from seeds, is that those item seeds? Because I was told that it was just like random whatever items. It didn't really matter much. In what world is Wolfang better than Griffin Lance? Griffin Lance is 50% Griffins and 50% Lancehawks. We're just gonna go with reasons. Petite Poseidon. And dragons! Weirdly adorable dragons, but still dragons all the same. And yeah, I do need to get those item upgrades, actually. Because we're doing piss all for damage. Now, how much money did that give us? Like 2,000. Hot dang. Okay, well, then we just need a few encounters and we can go back and upgrade everyone. Best part of Sasquatch? Holy crap, that just completely wrecks these guys. Not that it's any surprise, but still. Holy crap, actually even with the upgraded weapons, they're only doing 1 damage against this guy. See there, mystical seeds, throwing item seeds, magic item seeds, gear seeds, item seeds, and question mark seeds. So which ones of those do you grow? Because I know the item seeds grow. Do they all grow? Alright, well, we can actually hurt this one. I thought magic seeds were like a healing item. Well, I know about the in pot thing. I didn't know that's how that all went though. Like I thought it was just item coins or just random items. Give those a try later. And also, I just saw how many friggin' flame coins I have. Screw it. Might as well just nuke all these maps. Now we don't have to deal with all this nonsense. This feels like 2 or 3 should clear out every single map. You just imagine the scenario, she's just walking in a tornado of fire. I just figure this will probably be the safe route in the long run. See, Angela can blast him in a few spells. High-end works wonders. Well, we've got a pretty dumb squad except for one lady, so... it is what it is. Though, she seems to be doing a pretty solid job here, just nuking everybody like this. Oh, same equation from coins? Oh, okay. Well, we certainly don't need this one. There's nothing here. You know, of course I say that before it turns out that's actually the way to go. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Alright, well, thank you, Mr. Alex. You have yourself a good one. Hope your dinner went well and all that, and yeah, take care. Difficult fight, 10 out of 10, etc. So go ahead and leave that room, because we don't really have too many good options against those guys. They just seem to take forever. So it feels like for every point of agility we're getting one more, What the hell's going on here? Puppy's trying to help the baby learn to stand. It's kind of adorable. He keeps trying to learn to stand on stuff lately. It's like kind of at random. Yesterday he was trying for like a good hour, maybe even more, trying to stand up on top of a thing. Finally just like face planted on top of it. Like, no man, it's too much, I'm tired. Swear he must have tried 300+ times. Mama Poto! I always read that as Mama Potato. 0%. I don't have one of those. Oh, crap. Well, hello there. What you doing taking this? The man just, like, came up and like, nope, controller's mine now. What you doing? You having fun over there? Yeah, these guys are resilient. Plus, that whole moment right there is really satisfying. Where they just all explode in a million pieces. Even if it is a little bit repetitive to see the same animation over and over. Like, I remember there was this one time when I was on a field trip, when I was a little kid, and, like, at the time I had, what was it, Breath of Fire, like the GBA one, and Golden Sun with me. And, like, I kept trying to show the differences between the two of them, because he was trying to decide which one he wanted to get. And, like, for some reason he was convinced, because there were technically slightly more animations in Breath of Fire, that it was supposed to be the more complex game of the two. Like, but, like, look, there's all this other stuff in Golden Sun going on. It's like, no, but I'm seeing right here, that one's got slightly more animations. It's like, but that's not, how are you counting this? It's like, this one looks better, and the music's better, and everything's just better in every conceivable way. It's like, no, but dragons, though. Rest of the team, hi. Thanks for contributing. Okay, let's get those coins back in there and keep this going. I have to say, this is working way better than I would have expected. Like, honestly, I can't really think of one game where high intelligence was ever not busted. I think it's just mostly because it's usually one stat that's stacked for one particular type of damage. Or rather, it's one stat stacked for a whole bunch of different types of damage rather than just one. So they always tend to be slow to start off or really have really high returns. I mean, I guess arguably Pillars of Eternity, where you kind of had strength-based wizards. But even still. You know, actually, as much as that idea got made fun of, I kind of like it. Does it make sense, you know? Kind of like channeling themselves, so you'd think they'd be pretty fit. No intelligence, strength only? Yeah, that's what I mean. And one of these days I will remember that I'm not playing as Steve. So I'm just back here repeatedly just attacking air. It's being a backup dancer for everything, I guess. Now, I don't remember all these paths here before, so assuming we're in the right spot. And if you're ever wondering, by the way, why exactly I keep canceling out of that menu, it's because I keep going into it and I keep trying to select the flame coins there. But usual SNES rules, I'm expecting the equivalent of the circle key, or the circle button, to be my my confirmation button. It's like the one game that doesn't do it. I always keep trying. Another thing comes to mind. I actually never asked this, but if a character gets knocked out, do they still get experience? Never actually checked that. And yeah, given how far we are into this dungeon now, we're obviously not going to be retreating back to get those other weapons, so hopefully this guy won't be too much of an issue. I guess we'll find out once we end up going back. Or once we actually get to the guy. Statue! Okay, so that tells me we're probably almost there. As we've gone up like 3 levels since last time, so that's a good sign. We're actually only 10 levels to go now, until we get those class upgrades. And I think I already have my mind more or less made up to kind of go the middle road on pretty much everybody. Except for Trogdor, I think I was just going to go for the Dark option on him. God Beast Feedman. Oh wait, I forgot to actually equip more items, didn't I? Well, good job, genius. We'll see how this works out. Mega Splash! He's got Hydro Pump. Wait, why does it freeze instantly? First off, you cast. Second off, you heal everybody. Yeah, I forgot to equip any of my items. I honestly thought it would be something a little bit, a little bit more fanfare than what I expected it after last time. Yeah, you know what? I actually legitimately like his casting abilities more than everybody else right now. Because rather than only doing damage, he's getting debuffs on all his attacks. Oh, once up. Alright. Said this boosted his intelligence, so we'll see how that goes. In fact, it almost makes more sense just to play as him, because the AI seems a lot more aggressive. Okay, Cold Blaze, that's pretty cool sounding. It appears we've reached the sprite limit, though, or the pixel limit. I just love how it's tearing every time now. Like, I can't handle all these animations and crap on screen. It's too much. So I'm assuming this weird see-through situation going on right now, I'm assuming that's supposed to be implying that he's on the ceiling? That's kind of what it looks like, because you can only hit him with range stuff right now. Which is cool if that's the case, it's just weird. So apparently you can become a snowman. And yeah, this would be the moment where we're spamming him with everything else, but unfortunately we kind of can't. Spam attacks then! Mind up, so we're gonna need mine down, please. Can I have items, please? No? He's getting his chain attacks off? Yeah, somebody's knocked out. Or not, actually. I guess we're just fine. What's the deal with that whole, like, magic one health thing? Does anybody know? Is that like a Darkest Dungeon thing where you just get to survive with one health? Alright, and he's gone. So, 2 out of 8, that wasn't so bad. And we can even get our upgrades now. So I'm assuming we're pretty well rich, because everybody was just carrying cash. Naturally. Bichamel. Yeah, these don't feel so bad at all. Now, what does this do exactly? Okay, so this just tells you all the abilities that they can learn. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to their placement in the screen, but okay. Fair enough. Now, he should probably go back to doing damage, I would hope. Feels like that's been a little bit lacking, unfortunately. And there we go. Then we just get the claw for Trogdor, and I think we're good to go. Because I'm assuming once we get to that, I'm assuming last upgrade. It's 195, 199. Fair enough. Yet, I don't know why you'd ever get that secondary one. It's a really weird placement for it. Like, it's not enough of a cash difference to really ever make you want to consider getting it. Unless I'm missing something. Okay, this one's close by. Let's see what we got here. Got the cleft hole of the earth. Right, they're threatening? Yeah, they can't even do anything anymore. Yes! Found it! And conveniently, now we know exactly where we need to go, too. Okay, just making sure that those are still the same. Anyhow, that's about the same too. So, core beans. Oh yeah, the trap's getting stronger and stronger. You know, truth be told, I don't even really remember this part. I don't know if it was just a really long time ago or what. I seriously do not remember any of this. I thought I would remember a giant gemstone place. Okay, and back. Sorry for the pause there. Such things happen. So I will say, bit of a funny note here. So, now, my daughter understands the concept of stuff being hot, right? Like, this, I just feel like pointing this out because this will seem strange in a moment. But now, every now and then, like, you'll hand her a plate of stuff. It's like, okay, this is really hot, just so you know. It's like, okay, okay. And then she'll pick it up, confirm for herself that it's hot. And then, every now and then, has this interesting idea where she's like, okay, hang on, I know that it's hot. I've confirmed that it's hot. Let me shove it in my, let me pick it up and hold on to it for a second. Like, okay, that burns, okay? I can confirm that it burns. Good to know, good to know. So she'll pick it up. It's like, okay, I know this hurts. Puts it back down. Immediately picks it back up and shoves it in her mouth as if somehow that'll make it better. So it's like, oh, so she's just there, like trying to smile, but also kind of sort of crying at the same time. It's like, oh man, this is like 500 billion degree pancake burns so good. Just, like tried giving her colder things. She's like, no, warm, warm. Like, what do you mean warm? It's like, I need it to burn. I need this inferno in my mouth, apparently. Like, I do not understand your logic, child. Why is just regular temperature too cold for you to eat? Oh well. Oh well. Just thought it was funny. Funny parenting stories and all that. Okay, so, confusing thing there. Right at the very bottom. They were going between 0 and 1 over and over again. Is that a luck roll or not? Also, I have to say the areas getting to the bosses are way harder than the actual bosses themselves. This place is a slog. Also, it just occurred to me I've been using these coins with the wrong character. That might probably help things a good bit. Yeah, sorry for not really having much to say in this whole area. There really is not much going on. It's just room after room of basically the same enemies. I will say that thing looks pretty darn pissed over there in the bottom right, but aside from that, I don't know. Not much going on here. Just like, same cockatrice and little hedgehog things, little dragons and crap. Room after room after room after room. There's just so many of them. So we're kind of down to our last few storm coins here, so I should probably just start poking stuff. Pretty sure we're probably going to have enough full healing items till the end of the game. Must still be sick and not knowing you for lack of words? Yeah, fair enough. Still though. I mean, I am still probably a tiny bit sick, but still. It's just room after room of the same thing. Ran out of cough drops, but oh well. That man over here is definitely not at a lack of words. Yeah, we're going through our kind of learning to talk phase, so pretty much every other thing's like just a response of ah. Gotta yell at everything because apparently, you know, gotta make noise. That's how you speak, and then later on we'll figure out. Wait, it's specific noise that speaks. Dragon. Slime Prince always makes me think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for some reason. Yeah, I have to say, this is a relatively tame apocalypse. Like, this stuff's everywhere, but it seems like everything's pretty routine here. Like, honestly, no one seems that concerned. Most folks are just going about their day as normal. Which I guess is kind of as it should be, because you really wouldn't have time to tell everybody. And there really wouldn't be much of a practical reason for doing so. So you go for more of the grunt method, only discernible when I type. Whatever works. I mean, hell, on a day-to-day method, I usually tend to annoy people when I start telling stories about random crap. Then I figured, screw it. Maybe I'll just do that online and see if anybody finds it interesting. I guess at least a couple did. Let's resort those items, because I'm pretty sure the next room is the boss then. Oh, God's sake. I'll hit the right button one of these days, I promise. Oh, what's wrong there, man? What's wrong? You're standing. You got it. It's like, but I don't know if I'm standing good enough. Like, I want to stand better. Alright. Get all restored. Go ahead and save it. And I really probably should be using casts more going in here. By the way, anyone know if Spirit is MP? I have a feeling it's MP. I've got nothing to really back that up, but fairly certain that's what it is. Also, for that matter, I've noticed elemental weaknesses seem to do about the same thing as his shurikens, so I might get more casts out of just doing it that way, and more stuff. Let's go this way. And just keep going. Just look for the exit. And keep going for that exit. I'm calling it the exit, but it's the boss. Same difference. Okay, nice quiet room. With another statue. Well, that's suspicious. That's bizarrely generous. What, is this one actually going to be difficult? Well, I think the reason that it hasn't been difficult so far is because of the extra debuffs from Steve's abilities. It seems like every time it's been pretty convenient, because like the main caster guy, as an example, he kept getting magic down, the other guy was seemingly more of a physical attacker. He kept getting physical down. Seemed to work out pretty okay. And yeah, if everything continues on with the levels as they are, we're getting about 2 to 3 for each of these beast dungeons, so we should probably be seeing 38 before the end of it. Landumber. Hey, he bothered to show up. Good. In the fight yet, or what? Why the hell can't he target stuff? That's weird. Yeah, so it definitely looks like at this point, like, as far as all the different elemental stuff and everything else, the shurikens really do as much as anything else. The crash ball animation's amazing. Alright, coins. Doesn't really matter too much. I'm assuming we're probably getting pretty close to the end of the fight, because he's already doing his phase 2 stuff. Well, the problem is, we don't really have any melee options. Not very effective ones, anyway. I know, Evan, I know. You hate the whole muting and unmuting thing. I apologize. It's like, it's basically this whole thing where, like I said, Bungie's trying to learn how to stand over here. Or, the man, whatever you want to call him. Anyway. Yeah. Gets a little bit loud about it sometimes. It's like intensely smashing a toy over, over another toy right now. I was going for a melee option. Oh, well, that works too, I guess. But yeah, seriously, these shurikens seem to do more damage than anything else. Crunch! The world's most surprisingly uninjuring spinal crush. Okay, some kind of super move. Okay. So, what, he used Hyper Beam and then had to go rest? The recoil knock him off the map or something? I mean, that's funny, I suppose. No idea why he can't be targeted during part of that, though. He's clearly right there. Yeah, it even seems super moves you can't actually target him. Yeah, I don't know what that was, to be honest. Speed on a little bit. Really wish Charger would try punching this thing, not that he can reach it. Seems weird that this quote-unquote god beast is basically just a robot. But yeah, as far as I can tell, he just basically said he used a hyper cannon thing, and then I guess the recoil just shot him to the other end of the cave. Wow. 5 damage, don't be too threatening there, buddy. Should point out, Steve's whole motivation up to this point, like, he's literally just doing this to get laid. He's going through all of this because he wants to get his girlfriend uncursed. Even though she's already uncursed at this point, so I guess he just kind of forgot, and or the writers forgot. He's just like, whatever. Gotta go fix that problem that we already fixed, even though we couldn't fix it when we had the plot-fixing device. Right. The ammo's gone, because... yeah, we'll say with the amount of debuffs and everything else we've got going on, it's just these guys aren't really terribly threatening. Even their amazing super moves just don't seem as scary as random enemies. Like, I'd rather fight 10 of these guys than go through that gauntlet again. Hell, just put one of these in every room and we're good. Oh, there we go. Some off-screen damage killed him, I guess. I was gonna say, where are my level ups? Anybody else? No? Just him? Alright. Off to the next one, since we appear to be knocking these out in record time. It took how many parts to get to a single one of those other ones, and now we're just going for 4 of them in a single part? Is the other one's just hanging out right here? Wait a minute. We just beat this one, didn't we? I thought we just beat this one. Maybe it just didn't update? I don't know. Let's find our landing pixel. Come on. Give me my landing pixel. Hello, tower. Can I land on you, please? It's daytime, but we need it to be nighttime. So we'll just Falkor through this crap for a minute until it's nighttime again, as you do. What's wrong? Okay, so... Right, I think there was a tower or something I was supposed to be looking at here. So with how amazingly useful the maps are, I can't really say that I remember. Because on the top right of one of them, there was something or other. And then everything else was either on the bottom left or bottom right for the most part. Like, I want to say for this one, the statue was on the bottom left, and then there was... Let's see, the castle on the top left. And I believe the other place on the bottom left? Something like that. Something along those lines, anyway. Lots and lots of this, huh? I think this is the exit, unfortunately. No, not the exit. I thought this place couldn't get more confusing. Why did it get more confusing? It's trying to get to your boss. And or a hotel. Honestly, I'd settle for either one. Because at the hotel, I could at least go try out that whole seed mechanic. See if we can grow some jewelry, because apparently that's a thing. Yeah, that works. Mentos! We're in Freshmakerville. Okay. Okay, grow into chocolate. I'm not sure if we really want to trust that. Never used a Dream Sea Herb once. Turns out a cough drop that I can kind of believe in. And grow into a honey drink. That's odd. Storm coin. It seems like... I'm assuming it's just like a rare chance to get some other items or something like that. This feels weird that they have this entirely separate mechanic for the purposes of stuff that you can buy for, well, relatively cheap, all things considered. Anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and call it there for today, or for now anyway. I might do more in a couple hours. We'll see how that goes. But alright, so I'll see you then. Have a good one for now, and take care.